Hey everybody! Here's another video on some Stardew tips and tricks just to help you get through your days and make a little money. Hope you enjoy. If anyone's curious as to why I picked up the geode, it's because of the fact that you can bust it open and the stuff inside you can sell for money, so... So here you can see all the ancient fruit that is nicely blossomed, and you can actually pick this up pretty quickly just by going up and down the aisles. Just by holding right click and glossing over each crop one at a time, you can pick them up and just keep walking. It saves a bit of time and effort, that way you're not feeling like you're clicking your mouse 5,000 times depending on how many crops you're trying to pick up. Max number I've seen that you can grab at one time is 3, so that's just a little helpful hint. But like so many hints in a game that's been out for, God, like a year and a half now, it's kind of hard to bring up anything new. And done! So, alright, back to the music. As you can see, I do have my chests color-coded. Light green is seeds and stuff that goes with seeds, black is tools, and anything I need for going into like the caves, or as you can see, geodes, which at some point I will take these to, that's in the wrong spot. Take those to Clint to have him bust them open just to make some extra cash. But I usually wait until I have a good number of them because I hate going to him every other day for stuff like that. So I keep most of my tools. These here are, as you can see, I have the Galaxy Sword, which I'm sure everybody knows how to get at this point. Most of your weapons can be sold to, what's his name? The guy up at the Adventurers Club. I forget what his name is off the top of my head. Most of the weapons, random weapons you find and stuff like that can be sold to him without a problem. You cannot sell them in your box, which kind of sucks. It would be nice to be able to just toss those in there and get rid of them too. But, you know, it kind of makes sense because they're a very specific thing. It's not like a crop or something like that that can be resold. But yeah, let's see. So purple, for some reason, I made just my extra supplies, like my building supplies and stuff like that, my crafting goods. Silver is a diamond for gems and stuff like that. Dark green is actual, like, completed crops that I want to save to make something into. The fruits, of course, make into wine. The wheat gets made into pale ale, I believe. Honey is mead. I don't know why that truffle oil is in there. And then all my truffles. I make my truffles one at a time just so that while winter is going, I have one to make every day so that I just keep my routine going, basically, is no other reason. I do have other machines that I just haven't bothered to use. The gold one is for anything I need to keep that is of high value, like these iridium goat cheese and regular cheese. I keep these for the summer luau. If you put something in the pot on the summer luau and it's an iridium quality, as long as it's not like something stupid, you know, any kind of fruit or animal good that's of iridium quality will get you the top prize, which is 120 friendship points with every single villager in the town. So that is a good way to make some quick affection with people that you don't have to run around, and you can do that once a year. Now, if you don't max out your affection with these people, it will disappear after some time if you don't go talk to them on a regular basis, at least once a week, I think it is. So it does befit you. Befit. Wow. It's a good idea to keep some goods on hand for that purpose, but it's also a good idea, at least until you max out affection with everyone, if that's what you're going for, to do that as quickly as possible. That way you don't have to worry about it. So, I forgot what this one was for. Okay. Just a random fucking chest. I forget. Anyways. And then the 3 just regular chests are my extra... Well, I guess I can put hay in my gold chest. Grass starter and hay in my gold chest. That way I can have that separate. But my extra machines, my extra outside decorations, that kind of stuff. That way I have them where I need them and I know where they're at. So it makes it a little bit easier. That way I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to find my different... Oh, I just stick that in there. Trying to find my different machines, which obviously doesn't work quite as well as I thought it would. So yeah, that's it. The reason I keep these stones on me is because during a certain time of year, after you've built a fence, no matter what kind of fence you've built, it will break. So I hold stones for that time of year. That way when something breaks, I don't have to go running back to my chest to find it. I can just, you know, open E and do all of that. Okay, these are the kinds of requests than I often don't do. I don't know why. I think it's just because I am kind of tired of fishing. Once you've caught all the legendaries and all that other crap, you get to level 10, you're kind of over it. So, I'll go ahead and do this one though, just to show what my fishing skill is like at this point. As I said, I'm level 10. I have the iridium rod. I have all my own baits. I don't use lures, at least I don't anymore anyways. Lures do help a bunch when you're trying to catch legendaries, as well as meats, or meals I should say, not meats. They help a ton when you're trying to catch legendaries, especially the, what is this little asshole called? Let's see. This guy here, the glacier fish, he is a pain in the ass. I think he's the hardest fish to catch. If you do it right, you can probably catch him at like level 6 or 7, but I would take one of the fishing meals that skyrockets your level to level 30, or level 30 to level 10, and also use a lure that makes your bar bigger, and you know, basically just kind of work the system. I mean, it's what it's there for. It's why they did the things they did with it. So I am actually forgetting where tiger trout is. I'm going to look that up. In the description I'll leave a link for the Stardew wiki. It is the actual wiki created by the creator of the game, so everything that you need to know about the game is in there, including some secrets. He puts it all down for you. He actually even has some mods if you're into mods. I've thought about using mods for my next playthrough, but I'm still debating on that. My next playthrough, I've played through twice now. My next playthrough is basically just to see what happens when you sell out to Jahzzar. So I might do a little bit on that, but I'm not sure yet. So, but I'll definitely leave a link to the wiki in case you guys don't have it. That'll make things so much easier for you. And it turns out tiger trout is in the river. It's in the fall, in the winter, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay. So, in the river. I'm near the river. I kind of hate fishing down here because the area is so small that you can easily overcast. You know, I think if you go, what do you call it? 3/4 of the way. I'm not paying attention because I'm talking. If you go farther than like 3/4 of the way, oh, it doesn't overcast. It overcast on me once, but it's such a small area that sometimes it's hard to get the cast exactly where you want it. I find that it's easier to fish off the bridge here, just because you have a longer area to cast to, so. I seem to be getting a lot of smallmouth bass, so I'm gonna try a different spot. Go out into the forest, maybe? In the corner you can see Haley. She's taking pictures. It's one of the few things that she does. That's actually productive. Haley is one of the more vapid citizens you can talk to in this area. If I'm not getting what I want, I like to change spots just to kind of change it up for me. Fishing gets a little boring after a while and you start becoming robotic, I guess. Kind of not paying attention to what you're doing. I think that's another reason why I kind of stay away from these kinds of quests. Now, just because I don't fulfill the quest today, as most people know who have played the game already, you have 2 days to finish the quest, so I can come back tomorrow and try again. I'm gonna go back to the... Actually, I'm not gonna go back to the town and fish there. I'm just gonna go ahead and give up for today and then try again tomorrow. Just because I'm bored with it already. I don't know if you guys saw the yellow arrow that was just at the... or not error. Arrow that was at the top of my screen. This little yellow arrow. Basically what happens is in your foraging skill, oops, that's not the one I wanted. In your foraging skill, if you pick tracker, it tells you where all the forageable items are at. And not just fruits and nuts and berries and all of that. It also tells you where the, I call them worms, the little artifact spots. It tells you where those are at as well. So it's extremely helpful, but I mean by the time you get to level 10 you pretty much figured out how to do the foraging already, so it, you know. But yeah, you get that by going through the gather train, if you want to call it that, or table or whatever. I mean, it's not really much of a table, you get 2 choices. So your horse you can leave out of your stable. He will return on his own accord, so that's always nice. I always wait until the end of day to pick up my truffles because it just makes it easier. I've had days where he'll drop as many as 8 in one day, and going and picking them up individually gets monotonous, so I just rather pick them up once than I have to pick them up a bunch. And I have forgotten, so don't think that my way is a great way of doing it, because it may not be. It's just easiest for me. So I'll leave those pickles, the pickled, I forget what it is. I think it's, I forget what it is. Anyways, Abigail does not come home. Well, she comes home, but she comes home and goes straight to bed on Mondays, so I don't even worry about talking to her at night. I just make sure that I talk to her during the day. This happens on Mondays and Fridays. A few of the villagers go to the bar on Fridays, so quick, easy, fast way to get some affection out of everybody. Your best bet is to get there around 7:30 and then just kind of wait at the front door for people as they start milling out. It's easier to catch them that way. Sometimes the character is in the middle of doing something like dancing or drinking or something, and they won't quote-unquote pay attention to you, so you don't get credit for that. So if you catch them on their way out, that's not happening. That will give you the affection points. So I'll be ending this video here. I hope everyone enjoyed. I do have a little more footage that I will be including in another video or 2 maybe, and then I'll be starting new footage on a new playthrough to see what happens when Jahzzar takes over the town. Once again, I hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff, and have a great day.